Hey friends, Brittany Jensen and Jillian Jensen here today, coming to you live. We're just getting ready for our girls' lunch, and I thought I'd give you guys a few tips on the recipe that I'm making today, and why we do the girls' lunches. So, since I went to Naples, Florida, a couple weeks ago for our coach retreat, and I had amazing appetizers with crab and lobster and just lots of yummy seafood. I've been kind of like craving it. So I thought I would just kind of make my own rendition of like a crab salad. And so I got some of this premium crab, wild caught crab meat, which honestly, it's not cheap. It's like 15 or 20 bucks for a little thing, which is honestly pretty much one of the driving factors behind me starting coaching anyways. Like, I had a passion for nutrition and fitness, and it was a way for me to, okay, let's check this out, stay home with my daughter and make a little extra for the extras that I like, the organic foods, the pastured meats, and my whole foods addiction, pretty much. So anyways, I do like 3 ounces of this crab meat, which honestly, crab is pretty cool because it's like, just a minute, I'm super high in protein and like really low in fat, and yeah, so that's awesome for me. So I do like 3 ounces of that, and then I do about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of this. This is my favorite mayonnaise. I know you can make it whole, you can make it at home, and you can make a good recipe, and I actually have a friend on Facebook who does it, and she does it great, but I just don't have time for that. So all the time, maybe someday I'll make it, but for me, it's more about like finding balance and cutting corners where I can, but making better decisions where I can. So this is one of my better decisions. It's this Sir Kensington mayo. It's got like only things that you can read the label on there in the ingredients, and it tastes so good. So I do like a teaspoon and a half of that. Another little trick that I do, if it's like not wet enough for you, you can always put in a little bit of Greek yogurt if you're okay with dairy. Or I actually put in a little bit of goat yogurt if I need to do that, because I actually am reactive to certain dairies. But I'm totally fine with goat products, so I'll do that. See, I put in a little onion, a little celery, salt and pepper. I don't really measure anything. Garlic powder, really whatever seasonings you want. I put in some dill, some parsley. I threw a little hot sauce in there just because I like hot sauce on most things. And I'm going to eat it with, like I said, I was trying to like recreate this appetizer that we had there, and we were like sitting on the beach and looking at the water, and we had this like crab appetizer with wine and crackers, and it was just so good. But I'm going to be doing mine with these Mary's Gone Crackin' crackers, which I friggin' love. Again, like, the ingredients are pretty good. Hopefully you can see that there. But yeah, I'm sure I could probably make my own crackers, but again, it's a time factor for me, and making a smarter decision without being perfect is pretty much the way that I roll. So these are awesome. They're naturally gluten-free, they're vegan, non-GMO, all that good stuff. So I'm going to eat 1 serving of those with my crackers, and then on the side I'm going to have a salad with like some spring mix, which is the least reactive form of greens. I don't know if you guys know this, but actually, depending on, everybody is different. Everyone has an individual individual body, and you're going to be reactive or non-reactive to different things. If you're interested in hearing more about reactive foods, shoot me a message. I truly believe that, when you're reactive to something, it causes inflammation in your body. Chronic inflammation leads to pretty much every form of disease, in my opinion. So, anywho, I love this broccoli slaw. Broccoli is super low reactive. I'm actually super reactive to like cabbage, which is, in most coleslaws, but this broccoli slaw is amazing. And what I'll do is like mix a little bit of spring mix with a little bit of this. Shoot. Perfect. We didn't burn the grilled cheese. And then I'll just like spray on olive oil with this. I love this, like your personal sprayer that you can just put oil in. So there's no chemicals whatsoever. I just spray a little olive oil on. I'll drizzle like maybe a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar on top. And I'm going to top it with some fresh berries. Probably half a cup of raspberries, half a cup of blueberries. And that's going to be my salad. I like to have like something kind of savory first, but then I like to end my meal with something kind of sweet. And so what I do a lot of times, I'll have like a sweet salad, but that's not really sweet, like sweetened with berries or something like that. Kind of satisfies that sweet taste for me. And berries are like my favorite form of fruit because they're super low, low on the glycemic index, which means super low they don't spike your insulin. When you're in, for those of you who don't know, when your insulin spikes, that's when you store fat, which, you know, if you're trying to maintain your weight or lose weight, you definitely don't want to happen. And I can give you more information on that. I teach more about that in my groups and when I work with all my people one-on-one. So I'm also going to post just getting my blog going. It's not completed, but I figured, you know, I'll post a link so people can still get some of my tips as I'm completing everything, because, you know, I've got like so much going on up here that, you know, it could take me forever to get all my thoughts in there. And I just, you know, figured I'd start giving people the tips. So I'm going to post a link to my blog, and I'm also going to post a link to a couple free groups that I have. One is Kid-Friendly Favorites with Brittany Jensen. Those are some of my favorite kid-friendly recipes that are healthy. And then also my free just tips and accountability group for people who want my day. I give daily tips like this all the time. And I put that in my free tips and accountability group as well. So I hope that you guys, oh, last thing I wanted to talk about was why we do the girls' lunches. Me and Jilly started doing these girls' lunches. Pretty much we do it like every day now. I mean, I stay home, so I have that luxury. But I started taking all these manifesting courses and trying to like manifest things that you want in your life and abundance and all of that stuff. And basically want to do things that raise your feeling of freedom, raise your feeling of like, that make you feel abundant, you know, that make you feel like, you know how when you go to a nice restaurant, you're on a nice vacation, you just like feel like you're rich, you know, you just feel abundant. And that is how you bring more abundance into your life. And so what I realized was that one of the reasons that I love going out to eat so much is because of the abundance that I feel. Like, just I love sitting with friends, having a glass of wine, just relaxing, and that freedom that you feel, and just the fun of like sharing a meal with people. And I realized that we weren't always doing that at home. Like, you know, sometimes people are eating at different times, and it really takes away from the enjoyment that food is supposed to bring into our lives. It's supposed to be like a pleasure, and you're supposed to enjoy it with the people that you love. And so what we started doing was just, you know, for health reasons, because, you know, going out to restaurants, it's not the healthiest of food. And, you know, don't want to go out to lunch every single day, you know, so we make our own lunches here pretty much every day. We sit at the table, we drink, oh gosh, I'm getting weak. We drink water out of wine glasses, and we call it a girls' lunch, and we'll listen to music, and we'll just talk, and I kind of pretend like I'm out to lunch with one of my girlfriends, but of course it's with my daughter, which is even better. And so we do that every day, and she freaking loves it. So it's a nice, fun little thing to do if you're a stay-at-home mom. And yeah, so I hope that helps, and I hope to connect with all of you. All right, bye guys.